Y'all, a vampire came to my house this morning and can't nobody tell me different.
I know for a fact I ran into a vampire at University Hospital in Louisiana. So
weirdest thing happened. She said she shook his hand one time and she felt like all of the energy literally left her body. So she went home and told her grandma and basically,
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Huh? Yes.
Look at you.
Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all pay. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just.
Y'all, a vampire came to my house this morning and can't nobody tell me different. That's what I get for going to that movies, watching their damn sinners, knowing I'm a scary ass. For real though, this lady showed up at our door like she was Remy. I mean, she was out here begging for help. It's 6:20 in the morning. It's still dark outside. What's really going on?
right.
And what's crazy is watching the camera back. She walked past all these houses and knocked on our door. Like, what drew you here, ma'am?
We had to welcome
And then
him
all of
back.
a sudden, she hears something in the
Not
distance
from
or
your
whatever. It
house.
calls her to it, and she just disappears. Now, my theory is 5 minutes later, it was sunlight outside, y'all. She was running. She was running before it became daylight. Y'all can't tell me no different. I know I'm not tripping.
That's too funny.
I feel like I should insert a clip because y'all gonna think y'all ain't gonna believe me.
That was kind of crazy. See the whole breakdown of the movie Sinners on my YouTube channel, All Things Jenny. It explains a whole
The
lot.
police was on speed dial. Do you hear me? Man, why are you at my door? If you need help, call 911.
Right. It's too early.
I was so spooked out, y'all. She got my mind all messed up this morning, y'all, because that lady was a damn vampire. She was trying to eat me and my children. It's gonna be a crazy week. It's gonna be a crazy week because first vampire showing up at my door first thing Monday morning.
That
What
is a
does the
Monday.
rest of the week have in store? She showed up at the door begging for help, disappeared without a trace. Police can't find her. We can't find her. So my husband, I'm telling you, whatever called her said, come on, because it was about to be daylight. She had to get up out of here.
You had one of those.
She thought she was coming up in here. She was wrong.
Okay, what's up, y'all? So I seen a girl make a video about how she was from New Orleans and she ran into a vampire on her, I think it was UPS, or she works in the mailing industry, so she was delivering to what she think was either a vampire or a witch. So I want to tell y'all my experience of New Orleans and like the whole vampire situation, because I know for a fact I ran into a vampire at University Hospital in Louisiana. So January 26th, my boyfriend got shot 9 times in our apartment. That's a story for another day because it's still an open case. So that night they transferred him from Alabama, because we're from Alabama, to Louisiana, the university in Louisiana. So at first it was good, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really have no suspicions or nothing. Like, it was just going good. After he had his surgery, you know, he was straight. And side note, y'all, I was gonna get him to do this with me, but his mouth is wired up. Okay, so I think this was like a week later, maybe 2 weeks later, but I was up there for almost the whole time. Like, I only came home one time to take my baby to the doctor. So when I came back, things started getting a little weird. So it was this nurse. Every night, like, she only came at night. Every night she came, and every time she came in the room, it was like an off feeling. So the whole day, me and my boyfriend was watching TV. You know, we just chilling. And I had made a joke. I was like, babe, you realize that every channel we turn on, every movie that comes on is about a vampire? Literally the only thing that we kept seeing on TV. So me and him was joking about it, and he was like, yeah, you know, this is the home of the vampires, blah, 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 blah. Well, he wasn't really saying it, but, you know, I knew what he was trying to say. So that night, this lady came in the room, the same lady that comes every night. And mind you, my boyfriend, his veins are really hard to find. Like, everybody that came to take his blood, like, would take 2 to 3 tries to get his blood. But every night this lady came, she got it on the first try. So this specific night, this is the day that we was watching vampire movies the whole day. Mind you, that's the only thing that was playing on TV, right? So this specific night, she comes in the room and she has an accent. So she came in, she was like, I came to take your blood. She has like a Jamaican accent, foreigner accent, so you know. So he was like, he said, okay, blah blah blah. He was like, I like your accent. Where are you from? And so I forgot what she said. She either said Jamaica or Honduras, something like that. And so he was like, okay. He was like, how do you like it from your home country? And she was like, I like it. It's death everywhere. So we kind of look at each other. We're like, okay, like that was a little weird. So boom, she takes the blood. My job, she does this in less than 30 seconds. Like, I kid you not. She stick it in there, got the blood, and was walking out. So my boyfriend, he made a comment. He was like, you get my blood so fast, you must be a vampire. Y'all, I kid you not. This lady turns around, mid-walk out the door. She turns around, looks us in our eyes, like contact, and she says, yeah. Now y'all probably like, nah, she probably just playing, like, nah. But you could tell the feeling, the feeling that filled the room was like, don't F with this girl. Like, don't ask her no more questions, because yeah, something is definitely off. And you know, usually somebody will be like, boy, stop playing, like, I'm not no, you know what I'm saying, I'm not no vampire. Or they'll say something funny back. But she was so serious. Like, she was dead serious, y'all. Like, eye contact, facial expression, and walked straight out the door when she said yes. And I have more spooky story times just about things that I've experienced, because I'm a very spiritual person and I feel spirits when they're around me, and I grew up, you know what I'm saying, seeing ghosts and all that stuff. So if y'all want some more spooky stories, let me know, because your girl got it.
Hey y'all, okay, so as promised, I am doing more videos. It is the end of the evening, so I thought I'm gonna try to give y'all something real fast. Yeah, so I live in Dallas, Texas. Out here in Dallas, Texas, I am a proud Uber driver. You understand me? I quit my job to do this full time. So, yeah, judge your mama, not me. I don't know. But anyway, I realized that I make more in 1 week driving people, just being nice, than I did sitting at a desk, you know. And that's just my life. It is what it is. I don't, you know, a lot of people won't understand, because, you know, if you've never did it, I'm not here to try to help you, you know, to understand. I do what's best for me and mine. So anyway, you know what? Anyway, so let's talk about this. So, I get up 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I have a lot of, you know, airport rides. I love that crowd because they're so much nicer, and, you know, you make your money faster, you get tipped good. Maybe around 6 o'clock, you taking people to work, you know, things like that. So your day can be done by like 2 in the evening. So anyway, I'm gonna say this. I just want y'all to tell me if I encountered what I think I encountered. So the other day, you know, before I say that, let me say this. So, because I'm a proud Uber driver, y'all, I give them the best experience. They got a little iPad back there. And then on top of that, I put a little lavender in the vents, because, you know, when I had the long rides, I don't be really liking them to talk to me all day a long time. So yeah, the lavender kind of relaxes them, you know. And then they have the Mariah Carey going, you know, the Brandies, the SWV. So we be in here jamming. When I say rolling with the homies, that's my call, and I'm excited about it. I'm glad to tell y'all. So anyway, so let me go on and get into my story real quick, because I can talk, you know. So let me get y'all this. I get a ding at about 6 o'clock. I had already been up for about 3 hours. I got me a nice little ding around 6 o'clock. It was like a 9-minute ride. I went on and took it. I take short rides. I take long rides. I take the rides. You understand me? Because I make the money. They be tipping. I love it. Yeah, we're going to have to paint the picture, so I know this ain't about race. But I'm going to have to tell y'all what it was and what I encountered. It was a nice little Caucasian young man that got in my vehicle. He put one leg in, and he proceeded to put the other leg in, and he got in the car. Now, let me reverse a little bit. In Dallas, Texas, it's hot. Y'all know it's real hot, right? So I don't care if it's 4, 5, 6 in the morning. It's hot. So I'm gonna have the ergo on a little bit. You feel me? Like, it's hot. It's hot. So anyway, I don't gotta really explain it to y'all because I know y'all done been to Dallas before, so y'all know I ain't exaggerating. You know I ain't exaggerating. My guy got in, he put one leg in, and then he proceeded to put the other leg in. And before he could close the door good, he said, excuse me, ma'am, can you please turn the heat on? So y'all know I'm proud. I'm talking about I'm a proud Uber driver. I have a 4.99. So that was a lot of work. I put a lot of work in. I'm really nice. And because I value, you know, what I do, I love what I do. You say, Natoya, what did you say when he asked you to turn the heat on and it's already hot? What you say? I turned around real nicely. And I looked him right in his face, y'all, and I said, why heavens no, I can't. No, why heavens no. I can't do that. And but what we can do is we can take a small little detour to, you know, Walgreens or Walmart and maybe get you some iron pills, cause yeah, you immortal. You done just woke up. You a vampire. You a vampire. You done just woke up from an ancestral sleep, and I know it. I know it and I see it. And you know, I'm starting to think we need to call Marty, because he done literally got here by way of time traveling or something. And it's Marty from Back to the Future, you know, that's what they do. So I thought to call him, and I'm like, well, you know, maybe the best thing for me to do for you is maybe call Men in Black, because you, my boy, are a big ass bug with a human size suit on, because you ain't mortal. You deceased. You're dead. I'm thinking about calling Charm, you know, little Phoebe them, because my boy, but anyway, you know, it was a 9-minute ride. So what I did for us was I turned that Mariah Carey off, and I turned off that Brandy and all that, and it kicked in because my mom and dad and them was pastors, so it had kicked in that I should play me some gospel music. And I don't mean like that you know, that new gospel partying and stuff. I'm talking about the Terry and the old school, you know. I need the O, you know. So I said I'm gonna play that, and then I asked him please sit back for 9 minutes because the ride is really short, because I can't turn no damn heat on for you. So I need you to sit on back, and if you make the wrong turn, look the wrong way, whatever, I'm gonna grab my holy water. And I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna go to work, and cause this here. Anyway, y'all. I say all that to say this, that he didn't give me 5 stars. I'm a 4.98 now. And I'm still proud, but I'm a 4.98 now. And you know what? This too shall pass, and the devil is busy. You understand me? He's busy. So y'all be blessed. Yeah.
So 2 years ago, I had a crazy spiritual experience that happened to me. And I never wanted to share it with anyone because I didn't think anybody would believe me. But I've seen different stories on TikTok now of people sharing their vampire stories. So here's mine. And disclaimer, I never believed in vampires before. To me, vampires was just like a thing for movies and something that was made up, or books. And I never understood people's obsession with vampires. However, I just never believed in it until this happened to me. So 2 years ago, my partner had won a trip to go to a different state from the company that my partner was working in at the time. So I was the plus one that came along, and the trip happened so fast. Like it was confirmed on a Wednesday, and we were flying out Friday at 4 a.m. So it was literally like Wednesday afternoon. Thursday, all that I had time to do was pack, sleep, and then wake up to go to the airport the next day. And so we did. I didn't have time to do research to see what we were doing, where we were staying, what activities we were doing, nothing. But anyway, so we get to this place. Mind you, the name of the hotel had the word devil in it in Spanish. If you know me, I'm a Christian, and I'll be playing with that, so yeah. I was like, whatever, there's really nothing I can do now. And mind you, cell service was horrible where we were at, like horrible. This little town just did not have the best service, and any like rideshare apps like Lyft or Uber would like cancel our rides or just not be loading. It was the weirdest thing. I've not been, anyway, so that happened. we went through the week. We stayed there for 4 days, so we went through our days doing the activities that they had planned for us, had tons of fun. I had a great time. And then towards the end of the trip, there was a company meeting that was happening as a dinner. And so we get to this dinner, and like all the tables were kind of like this, like long ways put together, and then there were some tables that were behind us that were like where the owners were sitting and such things, and the CEO and all that stuff. So during the dinner, I'm talking to this guy that's to my left, my partner's to my right. When I'm talking to the guy to my left, suddenly I just got like something dropped into my spirit. It was so weird. So I literally was talking to him like this, and I was like what was that? And it was just like a feeling of somebody telling me like, you need to pray, and you need to pray for your protection now. I was like, okay, so I just abruptly ended the conversation with this guy and just started praying in the spirit. I was like, this is so weird, like I've never had this feeling. And then I started feeling a tingling at the bottom of my feet that was coming up on my legs. And I was like, what is going on? And then I had this feeling of like, it's hard to explain, but like all this chatter in the room, you know, when there's a bunch of people talking and you can't really make out. It's actually really difficult for me to explain, but it kind of reminds me of like in the movies when somebody's like in a really busy place and there's like a lot going on, a lot of noise going on, but they're like quiet inside and like singled out. Like I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, that happened. After that, I had a feeling that I was being told to look around the room to see who I was with. So I started looking around the room, around the table where we were sitting. I started looking at the corner of the table, and I just made my way down. So the first guy I looked at had very like chiseled like cheekbones, kind of. He reminded me of like handsome Squidward, like if you know, you know. And then his fangs, oddly enough, looked super like sharp and a little bit longer than anybody else's fangs. So I was like, that's weird, but whatever. Then I look at the guy that was next to him, and the guy that was next to him had really big pupils. He had blue eyes, but it was almost like a dark blue, and his pupils were huge. And I worked in ophthalmology, so I know there's people that have big pupils. I know what pupils look like when you're under substances, and this just looked creepy. It didn't even look like nothing I've seen before. And then he saw me looking at him, and he just kind of grinned at me, and it wasn't like it was like a very like big grin. I don't even know how to explain it, but anyway, so then after that, I look at this girl that's sitting next to him. When I looked at the girl, I was being told, and again, I don't know, this was just like an inner chat that was happening, that was getting like these weird downloads of like, I was being told that this girl had been a witch for many, many, many years, and that she does a lot of spiritual practices to stay young and looking pretty, and that she had a dark altar at home that she would pray to. And I was like, what? This is so weird. And then everybody else that I looked after her was like, vampire, 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 vampire. And then I look at the corner of the other side, and there was a couple sitting there, and that couple was really weird because sometimes I would look at them and they would look really young, and sometimes I would look at them and they would look really old. And then eventually I got to the guy that was sitting next to me, that is sitting next to me, that I was talking to, and he looked like a lizard to me. I was like, what? And then at that time I was just like, this is so weird. So I just told my partner, like, hey, I'm not feeling well, like we should try to leave. But given that we didn't have the best cell service or rideshare apps were not working, and the company did not arrange for any transportation, we depended on some people that drove to this place where we were at to give us a ride to our hotel and back. So the people that were going to give us a ride wanted to go to this bar that was right next to the restaurant where we were staying. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. Let's just go for a little bit. Like, it was still early. It was maybe like 8, 9 p.m. When we got to the bar, I told my partner everything that was going on our way to the bathroom. So we go to the bathroom or whatever, and I was like, hey, like, I'm having this really weird experience. Like, everybody's looking like a lizard, a witch, vampires. It's really weird. And my partner goes, you know what? Everybody does low-key look like a vampire, but you're just tripping, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just in your head. Don't think about it. And mind you, I don't drink alcohol, so it wasn't that I was, whatever. My mind was clear. So in the bathroom, I prayed, and I said, God, if this is really happening, please give me a sign. I need it, like, right now. So we get out of the bathroom, whatever, we go and sit down with the people we were with, and that girl that I told you was a witch that I looked at on the table, she starts talking about how she met her best friends during Halloween. Yeah. And then this other guy that was sitting at the corner of the table was like, oh yeah, my girlfriend likes all this witchy stuff, like all these rituals, like whatever. And at that moment, I literally felt like that was confirmation from God, like, because what? Like, and the whole night, mind you, there was really weird conversations happening throughout dinner, throughout the time at the bar, that I was like, this is so weird, y'all, like, I don't know, like, very weird spiritual conversations. I was like, what? And then, when we were at the bar, I had this feeling, I was being told, like, don't let anybody touch you. So I'm sitting right here, my partner's sitting next to me, and then this guy that's part of the company comes behind us like this, and he's like talking to us or whatever. He was trying to buy my partner a drink, and the whole time I like was looking at him because he was speaking or whatever, so I was like this looking at him, and then honestly, like, it was really weird because I heard him like hissing, like not like hissing like a snake, but he was going like this, like, I was like, what's going on, bro? And then, bro, his fangs, like, you know how it's like right here, there's this tooth right here. No, his are like, his fangs are right here, like, and very like sharp and long. I was like, yo, am I tripping? Like, it was so weird. So I was like, whatever. I just, you know, I was just trying not to let anybody touch me. We ended up getting back to the hotel, and then we sat around a bonfire, and we were talking about different things. The girl that was that witch I was telling about starts telling us and how she had these aura photos taken. Well, she was gonna take these aura photos in this place that same day, and the girl that was gonna take the photos was like, hang on, I have to like read you first. And she was like, what? Okay. So the girl's like, you've been a shaman. Is that how you say shaman? Yeah. She's like, and the girl was like sharing all this with me, with us, because I was sitting right here, there was somebody sitting right here, my partner sitting here, the girl that's telling me the story sitting in front of me, and then there's like a group of people who are also with the company like nearby, and they were having a crazy conversation too. I actually did record it because it was just really weird. I was like, nobody's gonna believe this. Like, so I'll insert that clip later on, and you can discern that yourself. But I'm talking to this girl, and she's like, yeah, they told me that I've been a shaman for many generations, that I've just like been reincarnating back and being like a spiritual leader for other people. I was like, spiritual leader, girl, or a witch. Anyway, so yeah, while this conversation's happening, then there's a whole another conversation happening on the side, and that's the clip that I'm gonna insert. Mind you, there's a lot of chatter at first, but then you can kind of hear it more clearly. So I will show you guys. Literally, I've never in my life believed in vampires, nothing like that, until that day. And that's the last time. That's the last year, the year before, I guess, was the last time that we celebrated Halloween. Because I did know that October is very much a spiritual, like a dark spiritual month. But to see it in full effect, I was like, we are not celebrating no dark, nothing. The origin of Halloween, look it up, is not Christian. So, yeah, so that's my story.
But Satan was an angel,
But
and he's
there was-
misunderstood,
I have it
and he fought
recorded.
for us. Which
But
is why
there was like
That's why I love
some,
It
wasn't a shocker, it was something else.
It's like, no, I was trying to open my eyes.
but like usually there
He's
were
red pilling
only
me.
one color and they were every color. She was like freaking out over it.
Interesting.
Okay, so y'all, I saw this post that basically says that the Vampire Diaries is actually based on a true story, and it reminded me of the time my boyfriend broke up with me, so I booked a flight to Spain, and I met this girl. So, I arrive in the beautiful city of Malaga, walking around, romanticizing my depression, and I decide to go to a tapa bar, to get drunk of course, and I meet this girl named Sophia. Now, Sophia was really cool. She was like from a village in Eastern Europe or something like that, and one thing leads to another, and we start having really weird conversations. So she's into like astrology, and we're talking about reincarnation and like woo-woo stuff like that, and out of nowhere, she's like, my grandma thinks that vampires are real. And I'm like, tell me everything. And she tells me a story about this man in her hometown who apparently lives in like this really old house. And he's lived there since her grandma was a kid, and he's never aged. Sophia said that apparently this guy looks like he was about 40 years old, but Sophia's grandmother said that he had looked 40 years old since she was Sophia's age. Now at this point, we're getting pretty drunk, and Sophia is like, yeah, I met him. And the weirdest thing happened. She said she shook his hand one time and she felt like all of the energy literally left her body. So she went home and told her grandma, and basically her grandma told her that he is a vampire, stay away from him, and vampires that suck on blood aren't real, but the vampires who feed on your energy are. So I drunkenly stumble back to my Airbnb, and I cannot get this story out of my head. So what do? I do what I do best. I start doing research. And my research led me to this guy, Count of Saint Germain. This man is fucking weird. Let's talk about it. So as you can see, this is a real person. He is a European aristocrat. He was a diplomat, a composer, an alchemist, you name it. But here's the kicker. People would meet him like decades apart from each other, and he never aged. Some people say that he even lived over a century and he never changed. His energy, his looks, nothing ever changed. So they got me thinking, is the random man in Sophia's village and this guy connected? Do they like know the same secrets? I don't know. I did more research. And I found out what this guy and the guy that Sophia told me about might have tapped into. So I fell into this rabbit hole of real-life psychic vampires. And basically, these vampires feed on what could be called many different things. Energy, prana, chai, sorry. And they draw this energy from crowds, from sex, from emotion. And in a sense, they develop this cheap kind of energy that doesn't require sleep or food, or calories. They just take it from others. Real-life energy vampires. And I found out that vampires throughout the centuries are actually more aligned with this version than the ones that, like, suck your blood. And yeah, that's the story. Imagine being stuck on this earth forever. Ew.
Okay, y'all, so I am back. This is story time to me running into, honestly, I don't know if the dude was a vampire or just a demon, a shapeshifter. I don't know what these people was, but they was something. So, but I'm going to touch bases back on the psychic lady before I go any further. She told me about the guy who I was married to. She told me about him. She was like, okay, he don't want to let you go because he's real angry with you. He's all in your aura, because she read my aura. She was like, stop wearing the color orange because that's keeping him close to you. I'm like, yo, they be into some real stuff. So pretty new to me, because I ain't just never had nobody to break nothing down to me. Of course, like I told y'all in the last video, yes, I'm a Christian. Yes, I believe everything in the Bible. When it come down to just listen to psychics or people who into other things, it's like, I hear you, but I believe what I believe. So going into the first night that I ran into the guy with the leather coat on and the fang teeth, and when I say the fang teeth, his teeth were really sharp here. Like, they're not something like the movies that's just hanging all over the lip or anything, but they were very, very long and noticeable. When we're about to leave Bourbon this particular night, we're crossing over Canal. When we cross over Canal, we see a food truck right at the corner. So my homegirl was like, I want to order something to eat. I'm like, cool, go ahead. You know, I kind of bag up towards the wall because I move a little paranoid. That's why I notice everything in a room. I don't miss a beat. I see stuff, you know, like, oh, she got on them yellow shoes. Okay, mental note, you know, stuff like that. So when we standing there, I look back over at my friend because she's to my right. So it's a dude talking to her now. I'm like, here we go. I'm aggravated again because, like, girl, just get the food and let's go. While she doing that, like, I got my phone in my hand. Remember, it's 2009. iPhones just come out, like the iPhone 1 and the Android. So I had an Android, so yes, it had my attention. The guy walked up on me from my left. Now, I played this back in my head 1,000 times because the guy who's talking to my friend is his friend. But why did y'all come from different ways? Made me think back on what the psychic lady was saying. Okay, your light is on. It's like a beacon. They're looking for you. So I guess they just kind of split up. No telling how many of them was in the French Quarter looking for this light and trying to just, you know, hone in on it and narrow it down to where is this person. When I look, because I'm real aggravated now because I don't let people touch me. So I'm like, he like, you aggravated, ain't it? It's okay. I was like, what's up? Because I don't really want to talk to you. But remember, he on my left, the other dude on my right, weird. He didn't ask for my number. He was like, can I give you my phone number? I was like, okay, whatever. I don't even know what made me say okay. So I get the number. We move around. We go head back to the hotel. The next day comes. The guy reaches out to my homegirl. He was like, hey, y'all want to come over and kick it a little bit? At this point, I ain't getting no just, yeah, it felt weird the way he walked up. Yeah, it was weird that they wasn't walking together, but they're together. One come from right, one come from left. Just not really paying attention to all that. They were on the west bank of New Orleans. So, you know, you got to cross over the bridge, go over through the toll and all that stuff. So we go over the west bank. We meet the dude. He in a townhouse. When you walk in, it's a living room. To your left is some steps. Well, you took probably about 3 steps and then you got cut a left. I never went to the upstairs, but I can see it, you know, from there. I couldn't see around the corner of the steps. But if you kept straight, it's a small kitchen, a small bathroom across from the kitchen, and a small little den area in the back with a patio door. Well, I sat up in the living room area just talking to the guy with fang teeth. I don't know what we was talking about. We just sat up there just kind of chopping it up for a little bit. It was daylight. Well, it started to get kind of dark outside. It was dusk. But they had that patio door open in the back. So his question was, hey, you want to go back here and watch them play pool? I was like, okay, sure. Y'all, when we got back, me and the dude get back there, because my homegirl remember, and the dude already back there shooting pool. The door's wide open. It's pitch black in the backyard, but you could see movement in the backyard, and it was like, shoo, shoo, shoo. So I'm just shooting across the door, and I'm like, okay, so I'm the only person see this. Guess what? We gonna act just like I'm the only person see this. So I started saying, girl, let's just go ahead and go, because I'm kind of tired. Y'all, we get ready to go. I have to use the restroom. Now, when I walk up the little hallway, I don't see nobody up front. I'm talking about I went so quick. I used the restroom. Y'all, couldn't have been nothing but 30 seconds that I was in the people's bathroom, because I was trying to hurry up because I'm ready to go, but I could not hold it. So I'm ready to go because I see some movement in that backyard, and that really creeped me out. When I came out of that bathroom, man, my hand to God, I swear to you, it was dudes all over the living room. When I say all over the living room, I'm talking about sitting on the arms of the love seat, arms of the couch, sitting on the couch, sitting on the table, lined up around the walls, sitting on the steps. Man, my heart was beating so fast, because I know for sure it had to be about 30 or 40 entities. The reason I say entities is because something like that happened, you're going to remember one thing. I don't care if it's a small thing. The dude in the corner had on red shoes, or the dude sitting on the table had on white shoes. Y'all, I can't remember one face. I can't remember nothing to this day of no detail on damn person in that room except me, my homegirl, the dude she was talking to, and the fainty dude. I was the last person, so imagine being me, standing behind 3 people, literally in the entranceway, almost in front of the restroom. Whew, I could have just died. I could feel just the anxiety right now telling y'all this. Now, I don't know what the fang dude saw. I don't know what switched the game. This is exactly what he said to me. Hey, come here, you. So my homegirl was like, you know, she was being kind of aggressive and, you know, kind of combative. So, baby, it's fight or flight at this time. Cause, excuse me, that's me. I got to get up out of here. It's time to roll. So while I'm trying to maneuver, y'all, I'm telling you, can't even remember who I'm maneuvering through. That's how many people, elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder, creepy. So I hear somebody from the right side say, oh, you just gonna let them leave like that? How about my homegirl turned her head and she was like, what you mean let them leave like that? So, but girl, don't even worry about that demon, because we out. The leader of the pack and told us we can exit. So, deuces, we get out the door. Now, let me tell you how tricky things get from here. You would think that would sum it up. How about we get back to the hotel room? I'm feeling like, yes, I'm in safe zone. Yes. No. Why my homegirl texting or whatever she was doing at the time, texting, call, talk, I don't know. How about this, a knock at our hotel door? Yes, you guessed it. It's the dudes. She done told these men to come over to the hotel room. Y'all, soon as they walked through the door, I'm fully dressed. I was so pissed at this girl. Y'all don't even know. I was in the land of festivity because, girl, you was really trying to get me killed. I can't even process it at this point. I don't know if they had sprinkled a little something on the pool stick, but the girl just invited these people. But the most scariest part, and I'm going to wrap it up because we might have a part 3, or if y'all got questions, ask me in the comments. When they came in, I'm fully dressed. I'm dog tired. Something come over me, asleep from hell. That's all I can say. I lay down on the other side of the bed. How about the dude with the faint teeth? He see his chair right there. He's like, I'll talk to you. Y'all don't even remember talking to this dude. The movie Get Out had not come out, but I tell you this, I was down in a hole and I could look up and see. And all I remember him saying was, the eyes are the windows to the soul. I jump up and they're gone. Y'all think this is not real?
Not many things scare me, but last night I was terrified. My family is very sensitive to other things, like not human things, right? It's a cultural, spiritual thing. Anyway, last night, in the middle of my sleep, I'm in the deepest slumber. And I can hear my dog barking like crazy, like ferociously barking. And I can hear her from outside because I had my window open. In my sleep, I'm yelling at her. I'm like, Mika, be quiet. Mika, be quiet. She's waking up the whole neighborhood. She is not being quiet, and she's not coming in the house. I have a dog door. So I get up, I look out the window, and the way I immediately pled blood of Jesus over my whole house, a hedge of protection and armies of angels, because the thing that she was barking at was suspended in the air, as large as a 7-foot-tall human. There were 2 legs dangling, and it was covered in a big cape. It could have been a vampire. Like, that's what it reminded me of. A giant bat hanging, suspended in the air, but with 2 legs, human legs, wrapped around itself. I shut that window so fast, I called my dog to come inside. She did. And I got in bed and I went back to sleep. So the first thing I think of as soon as I open my eyes at 5 a.m. is to look out the window. If there is nothing there, I need to call my mom and my uncle. I need to get them over here like ASAP. So I do look out the window, and what do I see? Y'all, they had hung up an umbrella after my dogs and I had gone in for the night. Like, you cannot tell me that that thing blowing in the wind at night when you don't know it's there does not look terrifying.
Hey guys, I'm Jenny and this is Shameless Plug. So I want to tell you guys about my Crown of Success manifestation book with easy, simple rituals and spells to manifest a life of abundance in your life. And those spells are so easy, even a child can do it. So this book is filled with different spells that I've learned over the years from my family, passed down from grandma and everything. And also those are spells that I've actually tried and I know that they work. So this book not only teaches you step by step on the things that you can do that are so easy that a child can do it, but it tells you like the proper moon phase to use, alchemy, manifesting with numbers, numerology, and also the days of the week that best fit for this particular spell. So it tells you the timing of when to practice the spell, the days of the week, the moon phase. It shows you all the colors of the candles that you should be using and different planets. So for example, I show you like planet Jupiter is for Thursdays and the hours of the days that you should be doing the spell. So this is an easy road opener spell. So I know a lot of people like to do like different spell work, but if your roads are blocked, of course your spells are not going to work. So it's good to unblock yourself first and then start using the spell, especially with the new years and the new days to come. And also I have some amazing spells in here. This is a powerful quick money spell. So if you're in a bind for some money and you're just trying to get some money, and I even have some easy powerful spell to win a game of chance. So if you are a gambler, now I don't promote gambling, but if you are a gambler and you're just trying to make some money and trying to make sure you win, these spells will definitely help you. It tells you the best days to do it. So it says the best days to perform this spell is on a Thursday, Jupiter day. Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, luck, and expansion. Jupiter is the best day to perform spells that boost luck and increase your chance of success in any game of chance or any money spell, period. It has a list of so many spells that you can incorporate in your life with this new year to bring prosperity. And I even put some bonus spells on here, which for Saturday is a day to do like protection work. So I have a spell for like send back to sender. So I put some bonus spells on here, and then a protection with Archangel Michael. So there's so many spells on here. Removing the evil eye spell, so you can remove evil eye in your money and also in your everyday life. New Year home blessing spell, and I know it's been a few days since the new year started, but you can always do a home blessing spell any days of the week. As long as you need it, you could do it. So anyways, guys, this is my book. It's called Crown of Success by Jenny, and it's available on Amazon, the ebook and also the physical copying. So please grab a copy if you're interested in supporting this channel. This is a way to support the channel and to support me as well for putting out, you know, content every day for you guys to enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this book, and I hope you go and grab your copy, whether it's the ebook or the physical copy. I say have a physical copy, but it's really up to how much, you know, your wallet and what you can afford. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Mwah. This is a shameless plug, so just check out my channel, okay? Love you guys. Mwah.